Oil quotes are currently moving as expected. The ruble is also trading in line with projections. The current dynamics are mixed. The Russian national currency continues to gain in value, while the growth of oil prices is not so robust. More precisely, the rally gave way to a slight correction. What to expect next? Let's analyze. Oil prices have been trading at two-year highs for several days, which seems odd. After all, the demand for oil is clearly lower than before the start of the coronavirus pandemic. Moreover, it's not worth counting on its recovery in the near future. Thus, UK lockdown may be extended due to an increased number of coronavirus infections. That is why the global economic recovery may be delayed. This could undermine investor confidence in the early recovery of oil demand. Sooner or later, this will exert downward pressure on oil prices. The only question is how soon investors will realize that they have rushed to conclusions as to a speedy demand recovery. Nevertheless, Brent crude oil continues to advance, updating local highs. However, in the previous trading session, the price failed to consolidate above $72 per barrel on the 4-hour chart. Experts believe that the benchmark will continue trading upwards. However, traders are recommended to wait for the price to consolidate above 72. The dynamics of WTI crude oil are similar. True, the psychological level for the US Brent is $70 per barrel. The price pulled back from it in the previous session. After US labor market statistics were published, the ruble, the euro and the pound sterling rose in price. However, this rather strange reaction of the markets to the positive data did not last long. After all, there were no drivers putting the US dollar under pressure. Therefore, it's not surprising that the ruble kicked off the trading week with slight losses. Last Friday, the decline accelerated and the dollar-ruble pair approached the pivot point of 73 points. Experts are considering a new local low at 72.53, the level previously achieved on March 16. At this stage, the volume of ruble positions may be reduced, while the volume of dollar positions is likely to be increased. This in turn is expected to lead to a pullback and a trend change. Last week, the euro-ruble pair broke through the lower border of its 89.20 to 90.36 sideways channel. As a result, the quotes extended weakness. Since the ruble's dynamics are rather intense, analysts recommend considering a move towards 88.20 rubles per euro, the local low achieved on March 31st. At this level, another stagnation may well occur. Analysts believe that there are some factors that could contribute to depreciating the ruble. The main one is inflation data to be released today. The inflation rate is expected to rise to 5.7% from 5.5%. This means that Russia's central bank will most likely raise the key interest rate again. Amid the ongoing recovery of the economy hit by the COVID pandemic, such a step is extremely negative and will impede the already sluggish economic recovery progress. However, the data is published in after-hours trade, and the weakening of the ruble may extend over a couple of days. Therefore, a decline may start today and continue tomorrow. That's all for now. Thank you for watching and stay tuned.